One of the, if not the best, probably top 2 or 3 linear leg press I've ever used. I'm going to show you guys the cross-axis linear leg press. Several really cool features, very unique feel to this leg press. So this is definitely one of my favorite equipment manufacturing companies. Henry's a genius. Several more pieces I'm going to acquire with time, because they really can't really find them on the used market. But this thing is really, really cool. There's the crank in the back here, so you can bring it up or down, depending on how long your legs are and how much leverage you want. The cool thing is this functions like a Cybex squat press, like a leverage system, not a linear bearing system, because as the weight moves up, it gets harder. The weight actually leverages on an arc, which makes this really cool. So check this out. So check this out. This is the cross-axis linear leg press. So the inventor Henry designed it such that it arcs, so it feels like a leverage leg press, but it's on a linear bearing. So kind of wasn't sure about this thing, so I took a chance and bought it. Really, really cool. So the cool thing is, like I said, it's not, the tension changes depending on where you are in the movement. The bottom is the easiest and the top is the hardest, which is typically ideal for most leg press movements. And what I really like is it arcs at the bottom. I'll show you in a second from a side view. So one of the potential things people complain about with this is the foot plate is kind of small. You can see it's angled kind of similar to the Nebula Arsenal type, where the bottom is angled out. So it really hits more quads. I really like it because it really does hit quads well. So I'm using it here in conjunction with the supersets because I don't feel like adding 8 or 9 plates to it. So I'm doing it after I've already done squats to pre-exhaust, doing a straight superset, doing high reps, and try to slow controlled form because, again, I don't feel like adding a ton of weight. I want to make it as hard as I can. The nice thing is it's very smooth, very comfortable, and the seat does adjust to multiple different positions. I've got it in the lowest position. You can see, so look at from this angle. So at the very bottom of them, notice how the foot plate itself actually arcs in. Very similar to the Nautilus Explode linear leg press, the 45-degree leg press, where you see people use it, where the foot plate itself actually is on an arc. So it allows you to get that full hip flexion without lifting your lower back from the pad. So it's a very, very subtle, but notice see how that arcs down? It's not straight up, it's not a straight linear movement. There is a slight arc at the very bottom of the movement, which is really cool. So I've kind of used this 3 or 4 times. I like using it without shoes. With my toes in this position, it really does hit mostly quads, which is what I really want in a leg press like this, is to really hammer my quads as much as possible. And you can see just comfortably how you can get full range of motion without lifting your back up. So the thing it lacks is shoulder pads. Like most linear leg presses don't have them, but it would make this next level if there was some shoulder restraint on it, kind of like the Medix Avenger or the Medix Selectorizer or a couple other leg presses. So again, really cool piece. Very similar technology and feel to the Nautilus Explode 45-degree linear leg press, much better with the leverage. The only thing it lacks, I think, is shoulder restraints. If it had shoulder restraints, it would probably be a 10 out of 10. I'd give it an 8.5 to 9 out of 10 as it is. Really cool machine. Again, I'm not a fan of linear leg presses in general, but this is fantastic.